Hey Aquarius, what's up? It's your girl B Wade, and welcome back to my channel, Magnetic Healing Tarot. Today I have a special reading for you guys. It's a soul diving reading, as you can see. And so we're going to be taking a little look into our inner blockages that's kind of hindering us and what we can focus on coming into 2022. Now listen, I know that these readings aren't as exciting as the love readings, but these are what's going to really help us get the love that we want and the finances that we desire and the life that we want to really create for ourselves. We have to start with those things on the inside, all right? So just rock with me and let's get through this reading. It's going to be a 5-card spread. Yeah, so let's just get into it. God, Spirit, Universe, Angels, and Ancestor Guides of my highest good, please bring in the messages Aquarius needs. Make them clear and concise. God, Spirit, Universe, Angels, and Ancestor Guides of my highest good. Wow, okay. So I was getting that some of y'all have this really hard exterior, right? And somebody is going to kind of like rip that from under you. I was seeing like this Yu-Gi-Oh character, and I don't know why it was a Yu-Gi-Oh character, but he had like this hard shell and like these spikes on the back of it. I could be messing it up. Kind of like a Bowser, but he wasn't Bowser, all right, but something similar. And I felt like I saw something kind of ripping the rug from under you and just kind of making you crack that whole exterior. And I'm not really sure who that is or what that is that's doing that, but look at the bottom of the deck now, we have Metamorphosis. I do feel like something here is changing within you, Aquarius, in regards to you taking more accountability for yourself and your shortcomings or things that you've done or your character defects, because we all have them. So I'm not like shading you, but I feel like you guys are starting to recognize more of them and start to become more accountable for them when you see them arise. I feel like you're learning how to deal with them in a more mature way. And so kudos to you. That's cute. That's cute. All right, so this first card asks, okay, so since the first card is moving forward, I have to also point out that I kept seeing things about repairing a relationship here. And messages about a relationship just kept popping up. Like, I feel like somebody wants you or vice versa and you don't want them. Or, like I said, vice versa. But I just kept getting a bunch of different, like, love messages. And it was really overwhelming, honestly. So, you guys could probably have a lot going on when it comes down to the love department. So that could all be stemming from one lost relationship is what I'm hearing, or one lost incident. And lost as in like you stored it so far to the back of your mind that you sometimes forget that it even happened, you know? But I feel like there's some trauma that's still lingering, that's keeping you stuck in a certain cycle, and it's keeping you from moving forward accordingly, or it's keeping you from moving forward the way that you want. I feel like you have a vision of where you should be walking toward or what you should be having, but it's like you're on a treadmill and you're just walking, like you still see it, like you still see what you want and you're walking toward it, but since you're on a treadmill, you're just walking in place, you know? So this first card, this first position asks, why is this issue difficult for me? And it says moving forward. This issue is difficult because of moving forward. And like I said, I feel like a lot of you guys are good for moving forward, but burying the other things in the past, and like in the past, like just burying them and not really addressing them is what I'm getting, honestly. Not really taking accountability for the fact that some things have happened and that you need to address them internally and release them. And so because I feel like some of you guys aren't releasing these things, like addressing the fact, okay, like this happened, yeah, it sucks, yeah, it hurt me, all right, cool beans, we're going to, you know, next time look out for this, or next time not be so willing to do this, or next time not this or this, you know. Those are the lessons. I feel like the lessons that you need to take or the lessons that you should be learning as takeaways, you're like not really learning them, which is why you may feel like you're walking in place and not getting to your destination. All right, Aquarius. Okay, whew, this is deep. Roll with me, y'all. If you still here, we're getting places. We are getting places. We are getting places. Okay. Let me get through it because I feel like you guys don't want to get too deep, but that's what's going to happen because this is a soul diving reading. So stick with me. I promise there will be the light at the end of the tunnel. All right. So this position, the second position, asks, what important aspects of the issue am I not seeing? Okay. And the transitions card is what fell out. Okay. So transitions, it says, you have all of the inner resources you need to cross whatever bridges arise on your path. I feel like this is going back to what I said about having past heartbreaks or issues, because this is really coming down to like heartbreak and pain to me. I feel like I've been saying the same thing to the air signs, which I kind of figured you guys would have very similar messages because the same thing happened when I did these readings for the earth signs. But I feel like you guys have been packing on all of this trauma for years and not really addressing it, but more so walking away from it and leaving it. And for you, to you, that is healing it because you're not letting it affect you anymore. So you think, you know, but because you haven't fully addressed it and healed it, it is still lingering subconsciously in your actions and how you have changed. Like some of you could have realized that some point at some point over time, you maybe grown a little bit colder, a little harder, a little more, what's the word? You know what I'm getting at. Or you guys could have noticed that you guys have been really like checked out when it comes out to relationships, or you're just feeling really nonchalant about them. Whereas maybe in the past you felt a lot more positive or a lot more gung-ho. But there's this issue deep in your past that you've stored really tight back into your conscious mind that you need to go in the back and pull it out and address it. It's time for you to sit it in the chair and put the little flashlight on it and interrogate it. Like, where were you the night of July 44th in 2011? You know, what's up? What happened? And then why did you do this? And then, okay, you know what? That bothered me when you did that, but let me say X, Y, and Z. I don't know. This maybe needs to happen with another person, or you just may need to address it with yourself, you know? Pull it out and ask why do you bother me so much? You know, why am I so triggered when another person does this to me? Why am I so triggered when another person leaves me on red? Why am I so triggered when another person doesn't respond quick enough? Why am I so triggered when another person does this, and this? You know, find out why certain things trigger you, because it's coming back from a place that you don't want to recall because it hurt you, because it was painful. All right, that brings me to this position, which says, on what do I need to focus my attention? And read the card. Read it and weep. No pun intended. Like, literally weeping wound. You are not your wounds, all right? This is what you have to address. You have to address these wounds. You need to focus some attention on them. And I know that you don't want to. I know it could be difficult. I know it hurts. But if you're still this far into the video, it's because you want to heal. All right? And I'm just going to be honest with you, because I know people click off soon once things get too deep and when things, you know, get a little uncomfortable. But that's where the growth is. And that's what I've been telling all of the air signs today. Growth is in the uncomfortable zone. And that's what my mentor taught me. And I promise you, like, you're going to not want to address it. You're going to want to run away from it because it's comfortable, because you've been doing that. But that's what's got you walking on this treadmill, looking at your goal and feeling like you can't grab it. All right? It's the wanting to overlook these wounds. It's the wanting to not address it because it's uncomfortable. It's the wanting to skip past it because you don't want to spend too much time in your emotions, because you don't want to be vulnerable, because you don't want to feel a certain way, or you don't want to look a certain way to other people. Am I talking to somebody in here? Let me know, because I'm feeling like this is really a message for a bunch of people, if I'm being honest. And it's really relevant because oftentimes we want these massive, grand things, and we want the big house and a big happy family, and we want that person who whatever your desires are, you want this perfect person, right? You want this perfect life. You want these grand rewards without putting in the grand work it takes to get them. And we keep overlooking the fact that the work that it takes to get these rewards also goes into us taking care of our healing and addressing these issues and addressing these wounds, whatever that is for you. I don't want to say things that really makes you guys cringe, but go into that subconscious, go into the deep conscious mind that you have of that memory from when you were a kid, when your mom did this or your dad did that, or your cousin or your great uncle or auntie or whoever, you know, did whoever or what to you, or when your first boyfriend did this, or your first girlfriend, or when your best friend betrayed you, or whatever your story is of why you're carrying this pain and doing the same thing repetitively. That's where you need to start and pinpoint it and address it. And honestly, I need to do the same thing with you. I hate how much these Aquarius readings resonate with me. It's my rising sign. So check out your rising signs too. If you guys do know all of that information, check out your moon, your rising, especially if you feel like your video doesn't resonate with you. But boy, these messages are deep and they're good. So I hope that they are resonating. Now this position asks, what are my resources? Forgiveness. Damn, this has been like the word of the day. Forgiveness. That's where your resources stem from. It's from you digging into the deep wells of yourself, of your soul, of your heart, your great, kind, loving heart, and finding the strength. I heard the gold. Wow. Some of you really have hearts of gold, and some people may not get to see that because of the hard exterior you guys have. Wow, I just saw that image. That's beautiful. But yeah, I believe that you guys do have this heart of gold, but the exterior it's a defense mechanism, you know? And so it's something to just be aware of, to make sure that you are being mindful of, you know, your exterior at times, Aquarius. But back to your resources. Forgiveness. Forgiveness, I know we hear it all the time. I know it sounds cliche, But forgiveness is not for the other person. It's for you. It's to unlock, literally, I've been using this analogy for all 3 air signs. It's once you do this, right, you unlock the shackles that's bonding you to that trauma still. It doesn't mean that you fully run away from it, right? But it's like unlocking a new level. Like once you get all 57 coins on a board, you know, you get to level 2, but the coins are hiding everywhere, and you could have found every single coin. You have all 56 coins, but if you didn't get that one coin that's hidden under the fat man sitting on the bus stop somewhere that you never would have looked, you know, if you don't get that coin, you still not going to level 2. It don't matter. Like, you just gonna keep playing that game over and over again, and getting those 56 coins until you do something different. And in this case, it's forgiving. All right, going into that deep source and letting go, forgiving whoever did this to you. Because I feel like as much as you think you forgave this person, I feel like some of you guys really do think that you did forgive somebody here. But I feel like, you know, you're still holding on to something because you didn't fully address it. All right. And with this card right here, what you're not seeing, you have all of the resources you need to address this issue, to address these issues and these traumas. You have this strength, you know, you have the experience, and you just have to understand that this is all a part of the life journey and the life game. This is all a part of you moving on down your journey, and how you respond and react to every situation, how you move through these transitions, you know, because one situation is not meant to keep you stuck in the same place repetitively. It's supposed to get you to transition to the next level, you know, to transition to the next point of life, to teach you the new lesson now. You have to apply that lesson so that way you can learn the new lesson. So that way you can get off the treadmill and start to move forward. You know, you start walking on the sidewalk now and actually moving down the street, you know, once you figure out how to get off the treadmill. And for some of you guys, it's going to be with forgiving. I heard forgive your mother, forgive your father. Let it go. Let that pain go. Let that hurt go. There's something there that is hurting you, and it's not, you know, doing good to you. I feel like because you don't think about it consciously, on a conscious level all the time, you think it's not there, or that you've overcome it, because you have happy days, you have happy weeks, you have happy moments. Yeah, we all do. But there's still this inner peace that's missing. All right? And some of you guys can need to be the ones to forgive. To be asking for forgiveness. Okay? So if that's you, apply it. I was just telling Gemini, it's usually a two-way street. And most importantly, you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive yourself for feeling like you allowed certain things to happen, or feeling like you weren't smart in certain situations. Don't be hard on yourself in that sense, or in that aspect, Aquarius. All right? We all make mistakes. We all do things. We all play a role. All right? But forgiving ourselves as well is us taking that accountability. This card wanted to come out so badly. So I have to go back to the last thing I just said, which is accountability. All right? You need to take accountability for your shortcomings as well, Aquarius. And this position says, what do I need to do differently? And the card that is in this space is radical self-acceptance. All right? And the card says, you are perceived the way you perceive yourself. Oh my goodness. These cards have just been like, whew. I could have just done all of you guys' readings together. So, moving forward, Aquarius, you need to start to accept you. I was getting this message before the camera came on too, and that's that you're different. You're different, all right? And that's because you're meant to be different. You are meant to be a trailblazer. You are meant to find new, innovative ways of getting things done, finding the smart shortcut, finding different ways, you know? And you're a soldier, you're a warrior. You can find your way out of this situation. You can find your way out of this pain, you know? And you don't have to lose yourself in it, because I feel like some of you guys get to a point of losing yourself in it. But you're going through a major transformation with this metamorphosis card here and the transitions card here. There's a major transformation that you guys are going through. And for some of you guys, this wound is really a deep childhood wound. It is. It's some deep-rooted childhood drama and ish. And it's a part of who you are. It's a part of who you've become today. It's a part of why you do something. It's a part of why you act a certain way, whatever this trauma is. And you have to accept that bruise. You have to accept that boo-boo. It doesn't make you ugly because this happened to you. It doesn't make you less desirable. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you a punk. It doesn't make you any of that, you know? It makes you a human being is what it makes you. And that's what attracts you to people and people that you want and people alike. Is you being vulnerable and being able to accept who you are all around and display that properly to people. But when you tell yourself that you have no issues, or you tell yourself that you don't have anything to work on, or you tell yourself that you don't have any pain or you don't have any traumas, you know, you're not accepting everything that happened to you. You're not accepting all of the different facets of you, Aquarius, all right? Like, who are you at your essence? You're different. You're eccentric. Look at how she has one boob, really. One is like missing. Let me see if I can get this clear. Which boob is it? This one. You know? But she's accepting it. She's wearing this red drape robe, whatever, this red drape like it's nobody's business. Look at her. Like, yes, sis, you better wear that red drape. Feeling sexy and luxurious in this nice red velvet, whatever she's wearing. All right, but she's rocking this photo shoot with her boob and her one boob missing. And you have to pretty much, I just heard, rock out with your cock out. Be who you are. Accept the good, the bad, and the ugly. You know, you morph them all together. That's who you are. And you bring them together in a beautiful way, you know? Accept the good with the bad, but just because, you know, you dislike what someone said doesn't mean that gives you the right to cut them down or to call them stupid. You know, try to at least see things from other people's perspective, or voice yourself, or do things. Now, I kept telling Geminis, try doing this with couth, you know? If you want to tell somebody off, do it in a more graceful manner. Or if you need to, like, express yourself, do it in a more graceful way. Do it with more taste, you know? But you guys really have to accept your own shortcomings. You have to accept your pain, you know? You become a lot more likable and a lot more relatable when you can show people your pain, when you can show people your softness, when you can show people that you are vulnerable, that you do have issues and pain just like them, you know, that you do have your moments where you've effed up too. You become more relatable and likable, Aquarius. And I'm not saying that you guys are not likable, but I feel like whatever image you're putting out of yourself. Some of you guys put out a hard image, you know? It's not really who you are. You have to accept all of these facets of you in order to move forward and to transform into what you want. Metamorphosis says power and strength lie within our surrender to change. Hold on, one more time. It says power and strength lie within our surrender to change. Okay, I have to drink something because somebody does not want to hear this message, but it's coming out anyway. So, number one, I feel like some of you guys can start seeing the numbers 1111 a lot more frequently, okay? That's a symbol that whatever you're doing in that moment is what you're manifesting. So make it something good, okay? But I'm feeling like you guys are going through this caterpillar to butterfly transition. And some of you guys can really feel like you've been transitioning for a long time and you're waiting to see the butterfly effects in full form. But this thing that you're missing is not being so stuck on past situations by having that courage to address them and to accept them and to accept your shortcomings and to forgive yourself and then to forgive others and accept them and what they've done to you and accept that all of these pains and everything that you've experienced, they're all a part of you. Stop trying to reject it or deny this, all right? Don't deny the painful part of you, because that's what really makes you beautiful. That's what gives you your beauty, Aquarius. And I mean that whether you're a man or a woman or they or whatever you identify as. You're beautiful. You're different. Embrace that, all right? Forgive your mom for what she did to you when she was a kid. Forgive your dad. I keep hearing that. I don't know who that's for, but you have to forgive your parents, yo. Forgive them, all right? Let me get some. What I'm not sure what I'm gonna clarify with. Hold on. I'm gonna clarify with these, all right? Okay. Ooh, okay. God, Spirit, Universe, angels and ancestor guides. All right. Yep. You guys try to isolate your pain. Like literally, you're supposed to be moving forward. And I think you guys are moving forward. But like I said, some of you guys feel like you're not really seeing that growth because you feel like you're on this treadmill. And, oh my goodness. You guys aren't always happy with the decisions that you have to make, especially when it's a decision for the better or a decision to be a better person or a decision to take the high road. It makes some of you guys really uncomfortable. But again, that is where the growth lies, okay, Aquarius? You need to walk away. Please forgive me. You need to walk away from these weeping wounds. You need to walk away from the things that are hurting you. I'm hearing some of you guys need to just have a good cry. Like, just cry and let it out. Cry in the shower. No one has to know. Cry to yourself at night if you need to. But release this. Purge this energy out of you in any way you need to. If you can do it in an artistic way, if it's through your fashion and your style, you know, whatever it is that you like to do artistically, find it. Do that. And I just felt for some of you guys is really through your fashion and your style, you know. I'm not saying go to the store and run up amok and, you know, run up a whole rack at the mall tomorrow because you're in your feelings, but, you know, maybe get some new pieces, incorporate some new things, and just make yourself feel good after you get your little crying session out though and address your stuff. But yeah, it's the same message, honestly. You need to work on healing this part of you that needs to forgive people. All right? And you need to forgive yourself. You haven't healed that aspect of forgiving. Some of you guys think that you are, and you may say that you are. And then in reality, you're still holding people to what they did to you 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 3 years ago. But you're saying you're over it. You're saying it's all forgiven. But you still find yourself upset about it, venting about it, hurt by it. You haven't fully given them that forgiveness. And now don't get me wrong, like I said, I forgot who I just said it to, but forgiving somebody does not mean that you have to keep interacting with them. It does not mean that you have to act all buddy-buddy or coochie crunch with them. You don't have to do that. All right? You can forgive a person and let go of the pain that came with that interaction and never talk to them again. You're not obligated to doing so. But if you feel like in your heart this is a person who you need to keep close to you, and that this is something that you guys have overcome, you've forgiven them and you want to keep them there, then do that too. You have that free will, but make sure that you are keeping your environment clean of polluted people, okay? Remember that. You guys definitely have somebody who is polluted in your environment, because whenever that comes up, like my throat chakra gets effed up, or when it's time for me to post this video, it be acting bonkers and it does not want to post, you know? So think about that and stop shunning parts of yourself that make you who you are. That's what this is saying to me. You guys shun parts of yourself. You try to leave parts of you in the cold, whether it's the bad parts or the ugly parts. You know, you try to hide certain things. Nah, be you, baby. Be who you are unapologetically. And with this Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck, that's also the 1111 card. You see that 1111? That's amazing. I'm telling you, some of you guys are going to start to see 1111 more often if you don't see it now. And that's a great omen. And I feel like that's more positivity coming back into you. That's a lot of self-fulfillment, especially if you're not in a relationship, you know. That's definitely a lot of self-fulfillment coming your way once you accept all of this. All right, it's going to take some of you some time to accept it, and that's okay. But let's get you some advice. Give me some advice from my Aquarius. What do my Aquarius need to know? I might have to get you guys from the other deck. Give me some advice. Tune out distractions. Grieve your losses. And speak up. Strengthen your gifts. I know you guys are talented AF. Express your joy. And engage higher reasoning. So engage higher reasoning is pretty much mind over heart, logic over emotions, you know. Making sure that you are being logical and not overly logical, Aquarius, because I know that you guys can be. I'm seeing somebody really stern with a really straight face who's like, I don't find that funny, or just not laughing at something, and somebody may be trying to make you lighten up. It's okay to express your joy, Aquarius. That's what I'm getting. It's okay to show that soft spot, to show that little sweet little center of yours. All right? Keep your logic and your wits about you, of course, but you can be friendly. That's what I'm getting. You guys can be a little bit friendlier. All right? Yeah. You guys definitely have a talent that you need to shine and show off. You need to, like, sharpen it, though. Like a pencil or a knife. You need to sharpen it and get it prepared for the public, because it's really going to bring you in blessings, and that's going to be where you shine at. All right? Face your fears about it. Face your fears and get over it, Aquarius. Yes, I said it. But with that being said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. I do offer $7 readings. If that interests you, that is linked down below in the description box. I wish I remembered to say that at the beginning. What else? Yeah, just everything is linked down below in the description box. Check me out everywhere. All right? I love you all. I hope this was helpful.